So I have arrived at Natural Bridges National Monument we're like right near Bears Ears National Monument. I'm going to a lookout point first for Sipapu Natural Bridge, but then I'm gonna do the 8-mile loop that I did when I was here in 2020, under the bridges loop, where you go through all three, the big bridges. They're pretty impressive. Sipapu Bridge. Oh, yeah, there it is right there. So we'll be down and we'll be going right through that, I believe. I've parked at this Sipapu Bridge trailhead, and before I did a counterclockwise loop, but now I'm gonna go the opposite way. I'm gonna do the flat part first and do a clockwise loop. So I'll have like 2 miles of relatively flat first, and then we'll hit the far bridge, the middle bridge, this bridge, and then we'll come up steeply. So it's like 8.2 miles with just over 1,000 foot of elevation gain. Right on the rim of the canyon here, and we'll be down in there later on. Forgot how cool this was. You're like going over slick rock and stuff, just on a 2 mile flatter stretch up on the rim. So we're about halfway between where we park Sipapu. There's a junction to go to Kachina. We're gonna go to Owachomo and then head down. So about halfway on the flatter part. Aside from the beginning where it was sort of like slick rock, it's pretty smooth dirt now. It's like 52 or something. Perfect weather. Well, we've hit the crux of the Mesa Rim Trail, a ladder. Whoa. Not sure it's really needed, but still cool. We should be getting close within maybe a quarter mile of the parking for that last bridge, and then I'm gonna go on top of it like I did last time, and I'll pass through it eventually and be down in the canyon. All right, so we've hit the parking area for Owachomo Bridge. Owachomo Bridge. So it's right in front of you. It's just hard to see because you don't have sky behind it, but it's right there. And before I dropped down there and I went up on top of it, but I guess I'll do that again, might as well. So anyway, we're gonna drop down, go through it, and then we'll follow the canyon down like 4 or 5 miles. So here it is. Here's our big Owachomo, I already forget the name of it, natural bridge. I'm gonna get up on the other side. I walked around to the left and walked on it, but it seems like there's a use trail right here. So I'm not the only one to do this, it appears. Yeah, so I'm just gonna get up. This won't be too bad. Oh yeah, there's all sorts of footprints all over here. So I could, in theory, just go up right here, but I'm gonna take the safer route and bend all the way around, find a nice easy walk up, which maybe is right here. Yeah, that's your ticket. Whew. All right, we're on top, and if you can see, it's like a good, I don't know, 25 feet wide. So not super wide, but there's some potholes up here. We have made it to the top of the bridge. And here's your view from the other side. Just went under it, so gonna continue that way. There's a sign for us, and just follow the canyon down a couple miles to the next bridge. So after you go through the first bridge, you're sort of you're on this bench for a while, but eventually it'll drop you down into the drainage or into the canyon. Yeah, the first I don't know, third of a mile, half a mile has been up above the drainage. It's very clear, very clearly marked with cairns and footprints, and it's pretty easy to follow. Yeah, just some little in and outs, ups and downs. It's very nice terrain. I really like this type of terrain. Found a strange bug. Apparently it's some sort of big bug, cricket, beetle. I don't know. Interesting. All right, moving on. So the path just hops banks. It's in and out of the wash. Sometimes you're in sand, sometimes you're on rock, like right now. So it's just back and forth constantly, just typical canyon or creek walking. So be careful here, there's a split up to the Kachina parking and Overlook, but we are gonna keep going on the loop. So yeah, there it is though. We're gonna drop down and go right under it, I believe. That big bridge down there, that's Kachina Bridge. I forgot about this. We got some railings and a ladder. Oh, and steps. Look at these steps cut into the rock. Pretty awesome. Pretty cool. Now this ladder will take us back. This one doesn't seem to be needed. There you have it. Kachina Bridge. And again, this is a natural bridge because it was formed by water, running water through it. It's actually very reminiscent of Jacob Hamlin Arch. Some of you will know that. Great arch, great trail, Coyote Gulch. Highly recommend it, but this is awesome. Let's get under it. Whoa. Pretty cool. So if you look up on the cliffs there, you can see an arch. It's hard to see because you can't see sky through it, but it's right against the cliff. So it's labeled on the map. And I guess you can take a little spur trail from the road up top to, I guess, get right on top of it. Or maybe not, maybe just see it looking through it. So I think I'll do that later on. Sipapu or Sipapu. It's probably Sipapu Bridge. Alright, so we are more or less right under it now. Officially, well, yeah, close enough. There you go. Sipapu or Sipapu Bridge. I just got to climb up, I don't know, 500-600 feet. All right, so we've hit the ascent out. They've helped us with some ladders and some railings, so you don't, I don't know, fall off, I guess. But it's sort of steeper, and some Moki steps. And look, more ladders. So yeah, just heading up, but it's not. It's actually probably only like 300 or 400 feet. I'll show you this ladder too. All right, made it up that one. Just follow the railings up and the rock up. So you hit a sign a couple 100 feet from the top. You can go out on this little shelf and get a view. I don't know if it's worth it, but I'm going to. So I think it's just right. I think it's just right out here pretty much. It's a nice little corner here. There it is, another view of it. It's cool. It is very much like Coyote Gulch out here. So there's the canyon. There's the bridge, and we gotta get right up there, not too far. You really did a good job cutting steps into this rock. Well, that's it. Under the bridges, under the natural bridges. It's chilly. So on to Moab we go. And there's no one else here. All right, I'm going on this overlook to see this Horsecollar house across the way, which I think I saw from down below, but apparently we're going to be close to the top of an arch too. So 0.3 miles each way. Relatively minimal elevation gain, I think. There's some sort of viewing platform out here. Let's see. Oh, somehow missed the viewing platform. Oops. Horsecollar house. So there's ruins down there. I don't know if you can see them on the video, but we were right down there. I pointed them out. There's ruins down there, and then that arch. These were the Pueblo people. Okay. But that arch that I saw is, I think it's right, yeah. I'm not gonna get too crazy here, but yeah, it's right here. So remember that arch that had barely separated from the cliff? There it is, look at that, there it is. I don't know what the name of it is, it's not on the map, but cool arch. I'm gonna run back to the car and get warm.